Hi again, we're back. We're still talking about mutual funds. This time we're going to talk a little about the expense ratios on mutual funds and the importance of saving and saving early. All too often we put off saving until it's down the road, so the best time to save is always yesterday. The second best time is right now, so start saving early. And what we're going to mainly focus on here is expense ratio. So I just threw together a quick spreadsheet, and what we're doing is we're just assuming that we invest $10,000 one time. I'm going to be off screen using the computer, but we invest $10,000 one time, and we see how much it grows if expense ratio, this is 1.5%, which is about the average for an actively managed fund in the United States. We have two different time horizons, 30 years and 50 years, and we see that if we invest $10,000, we earn 10% per year. After expenses, we earn 8.5%. So one-time investment would grow to $125,000 in 30 years. However, if we could have saved 20 years ago, it would raise to $641,000. So the longer the time period, clearly we see lots of compounding going on. What I want to show the importance of is how important this expense ratio is. And very often people ignore this. But for instance, the lowest fund I've ever found is the is the Vanguard Index Fund. And it's about 16 to 18%. So I'm going to go 0.018. I'm all right. And look at the difference here. This is pretty staggering. Over 50 years, if you earn the same 10%, but instead of having 1.5% taken out per year, you have less than 0.2% taken out per year. And over 50 years, instead of having $641,000 in the original example, you would have $1.2 million over 50 years. So over time, it really matters, and this actually is 0.0015. It's just rounded to 2 decimal points. It really matters a great deal. That is one of the reasons why many in academia, myself included, argue so strongly for passive investing. This is ignoring taxes. The difference would be even greater if you incurred capital gains for an actively managed fund. What I did was run through this for some different numbers, and we have if 2% expense ratio, and again, this is a one-time investment. It's only, you invest $10,000 at the beginning and you never touch it again. In 50 years, you would have $506,000 if it's 2%. If it's 1.5, you would have $641,000. And if, let's go over a little, if it's 1%, $810,000, and again, 0.15% over $1.2 million. So it really matters. Expenses matter a great deal, and almost by definition, the average mutual fund is not going to beat the market. There's empirical evidence of that. Over any 10-year period, passive investing usually wins over actively managed funds, and over the longer time period, that's on a pre-transaction cost basis. On an after-transaction cost basis, the win is fairly substantial. If you are interested in this more, John Bogle has several good books out. I highly recommend them. Read through them and look. Common Sense of Mutual Fund Investing is a really good one to start. But overall, lots of evidence suggests passive investing does better than active investing for the long run. So that's the next class for FinanceProfessor.com.